Welcome back to Oak Street Exchange. My name is Laura and today I'm going to show you 3 unique ways to make homemade Christmas ornaments. Here on the channel, I've been sharing my journey to start a vintage booth in an antique store and really just my path to starting my own small business. So if you want to follow along, make sure you click subscribe. Today we're going to make 3 different types of ornaments. The first one is going to be these embroidery hoop ornaments. All of these have a little bit of a vintage look. I liked these because I was able to use a few different fabrics. Which you will see again, but I think they will look really neat on a Christmas tree. Up second, we're going to do Scrabble letter ornaments. I made these with a few different words and I'm really excited to see how they go over at the craft show this weekend. You can see I also used a few different types of ribbon. I'm really excited to share these. These were way easier than I expected. Took me a second to figure out how they're gonna hang on the Christmas tree, but I really like this and I'm excited to show you. And then finally, these mini Christmas trees. Again, I used different colors of fabric and I think they're gonna look really neat on the tree. But we're gonna start with the embroidery hoops. I was able to get these small embroidery hoops on Amazon. For everything that I did get on Amazon, I'll be able to put a link in the description so that you can check it out. I did find in making these that it was better to cut the fabric into a square, and you're gonna wanna cut it bigger than the embroidery hoop because as you put the top layer on, this actually needs to go over the edges. But after you have the square, just loosen your embroidery hoop up a little so that it accounts for the space. It slides over and then just tighten it down. Since you have a little extra fabric, you can pull if you want to make it tighter. Some of my fabrics were softer, like this one, and so if I tugged on it too much, it made the lines crooked, but it just depends on what you buy. But all of them worked out. At the craft store, you don't have to buy a full yard of fabric. I definitely took advantage of that and bought a lot of half yards this year and even some quarter. And then you just pay for what you need. That way you get a variety. I also bought most of these at the same time so you can compare the look and make sure they all match while you're there. This I also ended up getting on Amazon because I needed so much of it. To make the hoop that actually is gonna go on the branch, I do twine. And I always trim the edges. Other people might make a bow. This was much easier. So this is what it looks like after you add the hoop to hang. And I think it just doesn't quite look finished. So what I did is I just wrapped a little more of the twine around the neck of it here. And trim that. And just like that, you have this cute vintage inspired Christmas tree ornament. These were definitely some of my favorites. I didn't make a whole lot because I didn't have time to order any more hoops. They come in packs of 12 and I got 2, so I'll be able to sell 24 of these. One of the harder things about this craft show is I don't know what price point I should sell things at. This one I am gonna sell for $5, so you have to let me know in the comments if you think that's a good price or what you would sell it for. Secondly, we're gonna make these Scrabble ornaments, and I did try these a few different ways. I actually bought 2 sets of Scrabble letters and sorted them by letter so that I could make these. I definitely ran low on some letters. One of my favorite ornaments is Joy, because I think that one is really neat for Christmas. I also have Santa, Snow, Noel, Merry, and Peace. So So those are the words that I chose. I definitely ran out of Y's. Luckily there was a lot of vowels, so I could do that. But these are one that I had planned out for quite a while, so I'm happy that it worked out. For this one, we are gonna do peace. The craft show is tomorrow, and I'm taking you guys along with me. I haven't mentioned it, but my original channel on YouTube is called Laura on the Move. On that channel last year, I went to all 50 states and 52 national parks. So I definitely have experience doing vlogs, and I can't wait to show you guys this craft show. You'll be experiencing it right along with me because I've never done one before. Luckily, I have almost everything done. There's always more that you can do. Okay, you could definitely hot glue these, but I recommend using some type of wood glue. Titebond has classic wood glue. This is more of their multi-surface glue. Wood glue dries yellow, and this is more white, which is why I prefer it, and I've used it more for crafting. Both will be perfect for this. That's more than enough glue. Definitely gonna need wide popsicle sticks also. They fit perfect for these letters. For me, I just made sure it was in the middle, and then I pushed down. To make the strongest bond with wood glue, you're actually supposed to clamp it down as it dries. For something like this, if you add weight, it kind of adds the same effect. Luckily, I made one the other day. So you can see that these are really stuck on. The popsicle stick will definitely break before those letters come off. I picked out 3 different ribbons to use for crafts this year at the craft store. I expect with these that people might buy more than one, so I did use a variety of ribbons, but I made sure I used at least one type on each word. And then I did experiment on which way to tie these, and this is the best way I found. I'm gonna make a little loop. This is what's actually gonna hold it onto the branch. And then what I did is loop it around, and that's more for decoration. I think it made it look more finished. The hardest part about working with hot glue, well, 2 things about working with hot glue, is it's definitely gonna get on your fingers, and it's definitely gonna burn. And you have to be patient enough to let it cool down before letting go of what you're working on. And then I trim these down so that they would hang. And there you go. Oh, the strings. I really like these, probably because I'd been thinking about them so long before doing them, but I'm hoping that they go over really well at the craft show as well. I'm also gonna sell these for $5. Project number 3 are these mini Christmas trees. Hi, Ray. Keep it moving, keep it moving. You want your chair? At least he doesn't knock anything over until he wants to. Project number 3 is gonna be these mini Christmas trees. This whole idea started when I saw 6 packs of these cones at the craft store. I thought for sure I could buy them and make some type of ornament that people would want. And then I decided the easiest way to cover these and to make them unique would be to use the fabric. One of the hardest parts is that you need a nice seam on the edge. Once you get that side done, you start from the other side, add your glue, I actually did all of these in phases, so I cut out all of the fabric and then I glued all of them on. Makes everything go so much faster. And then just roll it over And then just run your hand down it to make sure that's dry and sticking. And then I had cut off the top of each of these cones because we need to run our string through it. So once you get your fabric on there, you're gonna want to trim that down again. You can see the end is just cut off. I used these scissors to do that. These are amazing and can cut through about anything. I don't use them on the fabric though because I don't want them to get dull. And then I just add some hot glue, and since I have an extra flap here, I just glue and fold. I've really been trying to be careful about getting glue on the fabric because it looks messy, but sometimes it is unavoidable. And then I had a big question on these and how to make the strings attached. And what I found is that using 2 of these wooden beads works perfectly. The craft store had these in the Christmas section, so I was able to get them cheaper, which is always nice. Get our trusty twine. And what I did is I took one for the bottom and I put 1 string through it. Fish that to the end. And then I stuck these through. Some come through easier than others. And then you take the top bead and put both the strings through it. So they come out the top. And that's gonna be your Christmas tree topper. And then, now that that's nice and tight, just make your hoop and tie a knot. Trim that. And then I did take the extra step to hot glue this bead on the top. It's probably not necessary, but it covers up kind of where we trimmed all of that to get the string through. And there you have it, a finished mini Christmas tree for your Christmas tree. And I absolutely loved using the different fabrics for these. Not only will they look neat at the craft show when they're next to each other, but hopefully someone buys more than one to decorate their Christmas tree. These are pretty lightweight, so I'm planning to only sell these for $3. Again, hoping that someone buys more than one of them. Here is a closer look at all 3 ornaments. Let me know in the comments if these are things that you've done or that you'd want to try. I'm getting really excited for the show tomorrow, but I have a few more crafts that I want to share with you after it's over. Let me know if there's anything specific that you want to see or if you have any questions. The calm before the storm. We have 7 minutes.